Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Hello. So I am in one of my favourite places in the world right now. This is Strzelecki Beach, or Susan Gilmore Beach. I'm actually not 100% on the name. And this is the very first episode of the Knock and Run video podcast. I don't know what we're calling it. Doesn't really matter. Essentially, this is just a vlog to help us document what we get up to throughout a year. We do a lot of stuff as a small independent theatre company, and I thought it would be nice for us to be able to look back, and you as the audience to look back throughout the year and see what we got up to in each particular month. So, this is the first month. This is January 2021. Holy fuck, what a month. Jesus, we went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly there. As you might have guessed, in 2020 we didn't get up to much. We had a season planned, but we had to cancel it because of the good old Rona. In January we sort of started back up. We rebooted. We got a new logo thanks to Des Robertson. We got a big boost in our audience numbers, which is fantastic online. We launched Knock and Run Media, which I'll talk about in a little bit, which this is part of, in fact. Really hit the ground running. So the first thing we did in 2021 was we got together with some old friends and some new friends, and we recorded the first ever episode of the Knock and Run podcast. So we had Carl Gregory, Beck Kynaston, and Amy V join us on the podcast to talk about everything that they like about theatre, all the ups and downs, and then why they got into it and why they stuck around in this industry. It was a really fun conversation. It was a really good podcast, I thought. We got really good feedback from a lot of people. People sent us messages saying they enjoyed it. I actually got an email today from Apple saying that it's now after one episode, it's already it's in the top 20 performing arts podcasts in Australia. What I would really like you to do is to go and listen to the podcast if you haven't already. And if you have, just wait for the next episode and go listen to that, and maybe give it a nice review. I think it would be really fantastic for number one performing arts podcast in Australia to be a Newcastle podcast. I think that would really show the rest of Australia that Newcastle is an arts hub. I know a lot of people in Australia don't think that yet, but I do think in a couple of years Newcastle is going to be the place to be for live theatre and music. So definitely go do that and help us out. Help us build our city's brand a little bit. Really hope that it's not too windy for you. I might stick the camera in the cave like this. No, that's not a good idea. We'll make do. When life gives you lemons, you make do. So the next thing that we did was we did our first reading live for 2.0. We did a reading online a couple months back. Didn't really work, which was ironic. It's a play all about technology, and our technology failed us. So it was great to be in the room with everybody live reading it, all the actors, all the crew together, kind of getting a sense of how to put this together, because it is quite a challenging piece of theatre to bring to stage. I won't spoil anything, but it is very tech heavy. There's a lot of video, there's a lot of projection, so I'm really happy with the team that we've assembled. I think that if anyone can put this on, it's this group of people, so I'm looking forward to being able to show you guys a little bit more of that. We had our first rehearsal of 2021. That was The Unseen, so those boys got back in the room. If you're not aware, The Unseen was a play we were doing in March of 2020 that unfortunately we had to cancel halfway through the season because COVID hit really bad, and we were kind of one of the last theatre companies standing, but eventually it got to the point where we just couldn't continue responsibly, so we stopped. And 12 months on, here we are. We're about to go put the Unseen back on at the Playhouse. If you did see it the first time, thank you. But if you did see it the first time and you're thinking, I already saw it, I don't need to come again, you're wrong. Stop being wrong. You do have to come again because it's very different. There are going to be some new set elements. Well, the actors have had like an extra 12 months to just sort of sit with their characters, so you can imagine how good that's going to be. Really definitely come and watch The Unseen when that launches back on at the Playhouse. I think tickets are on sale on the 3rd of February, so go check those out. I'm sure they'll be in the description of this video. Another thing we did was I went to the zoo. Which sounds unrelated, but it's not, I promise. No, I went to the zoo because, as some of you might know, in August of 2021, we are producing a play called Trevor, and the main character in Trevor is a chimpanzee, and I'm playing him, so I thought I should get some movement coaching from the best coaches in the business, actual chimpanzees. So I went and watched the chimpanzees, and I gotta tell you guys, they're kind of mean. They punched a baby chimp, not a baby human. It would be like another Harambe incident. I don't think any of us want that. No, it was really insightful to watch the chimps move around. They're incredibly powerful animals, so I really need to get into better shape to be able to pull this off. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is Patreon. So Knock and Run Theatre has joined Patreon. I'm going to tell you what that is in a moment, but first, just a really quick story. Back in 2015, I was awarded a $1,000 grant to produce a play called Suicide Incorporated. I decided that I didn't want to just produce it by myself. I wanted to launch a company to produce it, so I also founded Knock and Run Theatre the day after. We worked extraordinarily hard to produce that play. Actors and crew put their blood, sweat, and tears in it. I mean, that literally, Cooper bled. He cut himself on a mason jar trying to have like an all vegan smoothie. Patrick did calisthenics while directing, so he sweat a lot. I cried. No reason, I just cry sometimes. But we did put on the show. It went really well. We loved what we created, and thankfully the audience kind of loved it too. It was very well received by audiences. It got nominated for a few awards. It actually won a Conda for Best Dramatic Production back in 2016. And I think we might have been one of the first companies to win that particular award on our first go. So that was really exciting. So flash forward to 2021, and Knock and Run Theatre is now a bit of a staple in the Newcastle theatre community. We are regarded as one of the best, if not the best, independent theatre companies in the Hunter region. We have put on nearly 10 shows. We have won numerous awards. We've also been able to give dozens of artists professional level performing opportunities that they might not have been able to get. Something that's been really nice for me to see is that the company has grown to become so much more than just one person. It's so much more than just me. Knock and Run Theatre is now a massive rotating collection of really talented, independent, diverse young artists that come together to create challenging, thought-provoking, confronting theatre. As you can imagine, producing professional level theatre on a budget is never easy, and when there's a worldwide pandemic and people aren't allowed into theatres, yeah, it's a little harder. That's why we have joined Patreon. So Patreon is a crowdfunding service that allows you to become a patron of the art that you enjoy. Basically, if you like the theatre that we make and you want to help us continue, for as little as $5 a month, you can become a patron. And when you do that, we get some money and we get to create some new theatre and buy equipment and do all the great stuff that we would otherwise be unable to do. Best part about becoming a patron on Patreon is you unlock certain perks. You become a patron, you can get access to early tickets or discounted tickets, or merchandise, or exclusive behind the scenes videos like this one, or vlogs, or podcasts, including the one that I did with Amy V in January. That'll be up there as well. There are different tiers for different things, and you can go check those out. My favorite part about this plan is that if we get enough patrons and we get more than we need per month, we will actually be able to subsidize our ticket costs for everybody, or even potentially make our theatre shows free for everybody. And I think that's a really exciting possibility. It's not free for us to make theatre. We do our best, but it breaks the bank a little bit, and it's not conceivable for us to continue on our current plan. So we're looking to you guys for support this time. Obviously, if you can't afford to do that, that's absolutely fine. We're still going to post a lot of our videos and podcasts, and obviously all the theatre shows will be up, but there'll just be some exclusive stuff for those who have a little extra cash at the end of each month and would like to help us create our theatre that we really enjoy. Every cent that you give us goes to creating theatre. None of it gets pocketed by anybody. No, you're not paying anyone's salary. It's just to put on the shows and to create the podcast and to create all the kind of stuff that you see now. If there is one message I can give in this video, I think it is just to go check out the Patreon page. Just have a look. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything yet. Just go check it out. Have a look. You might see it and be like, oh, that's awesome. I want a Knock and Run exclusive mug, and subscribe. You might look at it and go, oh, a mug, cool. Everyone makes mugs. Mugs are super easy. I hate mugs. But yeah, just do me a favor and go have a look. Okay, I think I've waffled on for way too long here. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Thanks to everybody this month for helping. Thank you for Eli and Lee, who helped us film our reading and the podcast. Thank you to all the podcast guests. Thank you to you for watching this video. And thank you to this awesome squirrel hat for saying nuts.